In this video, I'll show you how to access insider trading information for any company completely free. This is entirely legal information that's publicly reported to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. We'll be using Perplexity Finance to access this data. To get started, visit the official Perplexity website or open the Comet AI browser, which I'm using for this demo. I've linked Comet in the description below. Once you open Comet or Perplexity, move your cursor to the left sidebar and click on Finance. This takes you to Perplexity Finance dashboard. At the top, you'll see a search bar where you can look up any company. Let's search for General Motors to see their insider trading information. Click on General Motors from the results. You'll first see basic company information displayed. Now look at the top navigation and click on the Holders section. This page has 3 tabs. The first shows politicians holding stocks in General Motors. I've created a detailed video about tracking politician stock trades, which is linked in the description if you want to learn more about that feature. The second tab shows institutions that hold shares in General Motors, including the institution name, number of shares held, their value, and quarter-over-quarter changes. The third and most important tab for this tutorial is Insiders. Click on it. The Insiders section starts with quarterly stats showing sales, purchases, acquisition transactions, total shares acquired, and total shares disposed. You can change the quarter using the drop-down menu to view historical data. Right now, we're looking at Q4 2025, but you can switch to any previous quarter. Below the quarterly stats is the Insider Transaction Table. This is the main information we're looking for. Insider trading refers to legally disclosed, non-public information about company executives and directors buying and selling their own company's stock. This information is useful for investors because it can indicate executive confidence in the company's future. Let's break down what each column means. First, you'll see the name of the person who made the transaction. In this example, Christopher Hotto, who is vice president of General Motors, made a transaction. Next is the transaction type. There are 2 main types you'll see here. Exempt transactions generally refer to stock acquisitions or transfers that are exempt from certain regulatory restrictions. These are typically not open market purchases, but rather awards, grants, or internal transfers like stocks received through compensation plans. The second type is sale, indicated as S, which means the insider sold the specified number of shares on the open market or through a broker. The shares column shows how many shares were involved in the transaction, in this case 15,697 shares. Next is the price per share at which the transaction occurred, here showing $49.46. For exempt transactions, this might be a calculated or averaged price depending on how the shares were acquired. Finally, you'll see the date the transaction was completed, which is October 27, 2025. These transaction details help investors track insider buying and selling activity, which many use to gauge executive sentiment in their company. If executives are buying shares, it often suggests they believe the stock will increase in value. If they're selling heavily, it might indicate concerns about future performance or simply need liquidity for personal reasons. Below the transaction section is the insider roster table. This shows the name of each company insider, their position or title in the company, the amount of shares they've transacted, and the date of their last transaction. For example, Mark L. Roos, who is president of General Motors, transacted 80,000 shares on October 21st. You can scroll through this table to see all executives, directors, and other officers in the company along with their recent trading activity. This information works for any publicly traded company. Let's try another example with Tesla. Search for Tesla in the search bar at the top, click on the company, then navigate to the Holders section and click on Insiders. Just like with General Motors, you'll see quarterly stats first, followed by insider transactions. Here you can see James R. Murdoch, the Tesla director, made a sale transaction. Below that, you'll notice Elon Musk made a purchase showing the number of shares, price per share, and date. The insider roster table below displays all Tesla executives, directors, and officers with their position, shares transacted, and last transaction date. You can access this insider trading information for any company you're interested in. This data is particularly valuable for understanding executive sentiment. When company leaders are buying their own stock, it typically signals strong confidence in future performance. Conversely, large-scale selling might indicate concerns about future performance or simply need liquidity for personal reasons. That's how you access insider trading information for any company using Perplexity Finance. This is just one powerful feature of this tool. If you want a complete tutorial covering all features that Perplexity Finance offers, click on the video appearing on your screen.